On the attack, the nominees trade barbs with less than 3 months before Election Day. Watch.
She is so protected. They are so protecting her. She's being protected by the government, certainly. I mean, how she got away with emails is beyond anything I've ever seen in justice. But I have to say, she's being protected, and she's being protected by the media.
He can hire and fire anybody he wants from his campaign. They can make him read new words from a teleprompter. But he is still the same man who insults Gold Star families, demeans women, mocks people with disabilities, and thinks he knows more about ISIS than our generals. There is no new Donald Trump. This is it.
This coming as new Quinnipiac polls show Hillary Clinton is leading in key swing states. She has a 3-point lead over Donald Trump in Iowa, 47% to his 44%. She has a double-digit lead in Colorado and Virginia. I want to bring in Mercedes Schlapp right now, a Republican strategist and Fox News contributor. Also with us is Gabby Morrongiello, a political reporter at the Washington Examiner. Good to see you, ladies. Thanks so much for joining us. So, Mercedes, what do you make about these changes to the campaign staff? Can they turn around Trump's poll numbers, you think?
Well, I know Kellyanne Conway personally. I have to say she's one of the strongest communicators who I have worked with. She's very good at messaging, especially to women voters, which is, I think, a very important constituency for Donald Trump to basically win and slow down Clinton's aggressive push for women voters. So I think it is a very positive move to bring Kellyanne in. I think for Bannon, a brilliant political operative to a certain degree, strategist, I'd like to say, communicator as well, as he's been involved in modern social media. He's a little bit more on the controversial side in the sense that with the establishment, Republicans are a little uneasy with him, but I think that it's a smart move. It brings fresh energy into the campaign, and I think they'll be closely advising, and they've known Trump for a long time, so I think they know what's going to work for Donald Trump.
Well, we'll see. I mean, less than 90 days away from the election. Gabby, can he do it?
Well, these battleground states polls, the recent Quinnipiac polls, suggest that he has an uphill battle, definitely, in the next 80 or so days. Donald Trump, the problem that he faces is he is not building out his support among minority voters, among women, as Mercedes mentioned, and Hillary Clinton is. I mean, in a number of these polls, she has made significant strides and inroads with women, with minority voters, while Donald Trump has either lost ground or remained kind of stagnant with those who make up his base, white men and non-college educated voters. So I think that's why he made such a direct appeal to African Americans during his speech Tuesday night in Wisconsin, and also why he why he promoted Kellyanne Conway to manage his campaign. I mean, she is a highly respected pollster and a steadfast conservative.
Mercedes, it's really interesting if you look at these, it's Dagan McDowell, if you look at these two individuals who have been hired by the Trump campaign, because you have Steve Bannon, who is the let Trump be Trump from the primaries, but then also Kellyanne Conway. So you could have Kellyanne with advertising and messaging doing one thing, and then Trump being himself, and you get kind of a balance in the scale, if you will. And I kind of, rather than, because when Trump is Trump, very often he connects with people, and he needs to continue to build his base with those white working class voters. But so he connects with them, but then he alienates others, and you get balance with Kellyanne and her messaging, which historically has been terrific.
That's right. I agree, Dagan. I think that there is a sense of ensuring that they're able to make that direct appeal, especially to the women voter. I think it was very powerful, the message that he sent to African-American voters. But it's not just in one message. You got to go into the churches. You got to go into the communities. You got to go into suburbia America to talk to women voters, to talk to the soccer moms. This is not just a one-deal speech. It's not just a TV ad buy. It's about building these relationships. And that's where I think the Trump campaign is a bit behind on that matter. I mean, that's something that Clinton has been able to build out in the long term. I will say that the Trump campaign is working very closely with the Republican National Committee, they're doing the legwork in a lot of these key battleground states, and I think that that's what what Trump is depending on. But I think Kellyanne does bring in a very unique perspective, especially when it comes to reaching out to that suburban mom, to the single moms, in terms of helping Donald Trump.
Let me get your take, panel, as well, on these reports that the Clinton Foundation has hired a cybersecurity firm to look at the servers after a possible hack. Gabby, what do you expect to come from this? Obviously, more news continues to circulate around the Clinton Foundation. What do you think?
Well, I don't think anybody who's been following the reporting on the improper influence that the Clinton Foundation had on the State Department or these alleged pay-to-play practices that the Clinton Foundation partook in is surprised by this, by bringing on a cybersecurity expert.
Right.
I think Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton are taking every precaution to ensure that no Clinton Foundation emails are leaked like what the DNC and the DCCC faced, because there's probably a trove of information in them that could be used to, undermine her campaign and provide material to Republicans for the remainder of the election.
And we know that Julian Assange and WikiLeaks they're promising more emails.
The thing is that what we know already is already disturbing enough. There's enough evidence that there were connections and that they were inappropriate, and she hasn't taken any responsibility. So I don't know how much worse it could get without people. They don't seem to care.
Wait, it can get a lot worse because the Clinton Foundation is the center of their pay-to-play schemes that have consistently happened. And we've seen that come out through State Department emails.
But does anybody care?
Does anybody care? I care. No, you care.
No. We will care once we get to the bottom of the emails that actually contain a lot of the information we want to see. And the Clinton Foundation emails will probably contain those. They won't be on the other.
The Clinton Foundation scandal is maybe worse than all of it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Sure.
I just wanted to point out, too, Ed Rendell said in an interview, he's a Clinton ally, that if Hillary Clinton wins the presidency, they should shut it down. They should shutter the foundation. Just because of but again, if there are those conflicts of interest, then why would they operate in the Clinton Foundation the way that they were when she was the Secretary of State?
Would they shut it down?
He's suggesting. I don't
know.
He's saying, I doubt Bill Clinton would shut it down.
Right.
He's like, I know it's dear to Bill Clinton's heart.
Yeah.
But they should shut it.
Is it? His slush fund is dear to his heart.
The only reason they could shut it down is if contributions are made directly to them personally, now, and they can just pardon themselves.
Right. Exactly.
Mercedes Schlapp and Gabby Morrongiello, thanks so much, ladies. Good to see you both.
Thank you, Maria.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coming up.